This one's for our European friends. I'm Brian Johnson, and in this episode of Better Cocktails at Home, we're going to be doing the Brooklyn cocktail. This cocktail is a little hard to make in America. It's one of the ingredients you can't get here, so it's kind of like that unicorn ingredient, but we'll make do. So this is a whiskey-based cocktail, specifically rye whiskey. I'm using Rittenhouse here. I really like Rittenhouse, just like mixing with it. It's got good flavors. And I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey. And add that to our mixing glass. And then once we grate out rye whiskey, I do 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth. And add that to our mixing glass. And third ingredient is Amer Picon. This is the ingredient that's hard to get in America. In fact, you can't get it in America. Thanks to a fan of our show, Adam. He sent this to me, so I really thank him for that. It enables us to make interesting cocktails like this. You don't see all that often. But it's kind of it's kind of an Amaro. A little bit of bitterness, orangeness to it. There's some comparable products on the market now that I think can kind of work and sub in this case, but it's nice to be able to use the real thing when you can, which our friends in Europe can. But I do 1/2 ounce of this. And add that. And then finally, I'm going to do just a dash of maraschino. And that's what we have in our cocktail ingredients. So we'll add our ice. And now we'll stir. All right. And I use just a straight up cocktail glass for this. Nothing fancy. And strain it in. Now I think this is optional, but I just like to have a little bit of orange oil over the drink, and literally that's it. It's pretty minor, but I think it adds a nice dimension to it. And that's the Brooklyn. It's a nice cocktail, you know. It's not what I would call amazing necessarily. I think it kind of gets a lot of reputation, just the fact that you can't really get Amer Picon in America very easily at all. You have to get it imported from Europe, either through a friend or a connection, or if you visit there and bring some back. I mean, it's a good cocktail. It's got good flavors on it. And I thought it was really interesting too is I saw quite a bit of variation in people's suggested recipes or historical recipes. All from the ratio of rye whiskey to dry vermouth. I even saw a couple recipes call for sweet vermouth, which I think would change the drink significantly. Most I saw called for dry. And then, some even called for just a dash of Amer Picon and a dash of maraschino. And in my opinion, I like the Amer Picon. I think it adds some depth of flavor and just kind of that little bit of bitterness to it. And so I liked it. So that's why I kind of upped it in this particular recipe to 1/2 ounce. Makes it a little more prominent, and that's why I liked it that way. So it's a fun cocktail if you can get your hands on some Amer Picon and try it out and kind of see what all the fuss is about, which our European friends can do quite easily. Us in America, not so easily. But that's how you make the Brooklyn.